Get ready for your family's summer adventure with Curry Honda in Chicopee. Hi, it's Cassie, and we want you to hit the road in the all-new 2026 Honda Passport, built for rugged trails and packed with style. Available in vibrant colors to match your vibe. Or pack everyone up in the new Honda Odyssey, the ultimate family minivan with a spacious interior, rear seat entertainment, and cabin watch to keep your kids in check. Come get your dream ride at Curry Honda in Chicopee on Memorial Drive or online at curryhondamass.com.
Simply the best.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 5:34 in the cars of Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Mostly sunny today with a high of 73. Tomorrow could see some rain showers with a high of 69 giggity. It's 47 right now in downtown Springfield.
I'm going to assume that today would probably be a pretty good day for another round of Am I the A-Hole?
Yes.
I think that's fairly safe to say. We'll get to that. We got other things too. Loads of stuff.
Loads of stuff.
Big, giant, fat loads.
That's right.
Of stuff.
That sounds, well, coming up in Hollywood trash at least. And then the rest of it, I don't know.
Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Rock 102 is...
It's just about 5:51 and 38 special with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Mostly sunny today with a high of 73. It is 47 right now in downtown Springfield.
Hollywood Trash is brought to you by Western Mass Masons. Call them for all your foundation and chimney needs.
Somehow you still care about what's happening in Hollywood. So, from Tinseltown, 3,000 miles away, it's Steve Nagle's Hollywood Trash.
Well, Charlie Sheen is all over the media these days because he's got the memoir coming out today and a documentary hitting Netflix tomorrow. But here's a story that might not appear in either. Charlie once went to Scotland to hunt for the Loch Ness Monster.
Did he find it?
No. In 2013, he and two friends went out on the lake in an old-style wooden rowboat, took along a traditional kerosene lamp, a large hook, a thick chain, and a leg of lamb.
What's the maximum limit on Loch Ness monsters in Scotland? I mean, is it one you got to throw them back based on the size or age?
I think if they don't reach a certain linear footage, then you have to throw them back.
I mean, I don't know if they got the same kind of fish police or the same stipulations we here have in the States, but I mean, I gotta believe there's a limit.
Well, he was inspired by the scene in Jaws where two fishermen try to catch the shark by stabbing a holiday roast with a big hook and tossing it into the drink. They also had a bottle of whiskey, of course. They went out twice, and while they never spotted Nessie, Charlie later said the second time, quote, "Something happened. There was an event at the top of the water, and that was crazy." It doesn't say what, though. FYI, Charlie's companions on this fishing trip were retired Major League Baseball player Todd Zeile and actor Brian Peck. The man we now know was in prison from 2004 to 2005 for molesting an underage Drake Bell.
Oh, good.
So he hangs out with good people.
Actually, he doesn't hang out with good people.
That was the joke, though.
Yes.
He doesn't hang out with good people.
Now, had he caught the Loch Ness Monster, we'd probably be talking more about that than all the other things that Charlie Sheen has been known for.
Right. He would have nobody would have ever blinked an eye about that whole drug addict thing if he had just caught one Loch Ness Monster. Everybody would have forgot about everything that he ever did.
All that Tiger Blood stuff, all the
Hot Shots,
all the Corey Feldman allegations, none of that stuff.
Hot Shots Part 2 or or whatever it was called. Dre De Matteo finally went where her fans have been praying she'd go, fully nude on OnlyFans. Unfortunately, she did it to warn us about geoengineering. You know, conspiracy theory stuff like chemtrails and other environmental manipulation. She says, we can choose what we eat. We can choose what goes in our arms. We don't get a say when powerful interests spray the sky, tamper our water, and poison our soil.
Yeah. What's this going to cost me a month?
I don't know.
I've been waiting 25 years for this.
I've never been on this. Is it... You pay, is it like one of those token things where you pay per scene, or you subscribe monthly?
I think it depends, I believe. I think there are many tiers of subscription.
Yeah.
But you ultimately have to pay in order to see. Now, I've been waiting for this moment for, like I said, 20 years.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have to pay for this?
Well,
only to hear her talk about geo issues. Boy, she better look awful good.
She says if climate solutions mean breathing mystery air and drinking science experiments, the people deserve a vote. She adds, this isn't about denying climate change. It's about rejecting unchecked geoengineering by those who... I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you with your bra on the floor.
This would make a whole lot of sense if you were walking around my house wearing my shirts.
Yeah, you know what would look good on you? Me.
Now, this is a very misogynistic tone that we've taken here, but I don't want anyone to be mistaken. It's really about the larger picture and not us being too oogling,
right?
Adolescents.
Hey, she doesn't do it for me.
Really?
Yeah, she
looked awful good back in the Soprano days.
Well, yeah, but that was before. See, this is the problem. Sometimes when they open their mouths and they start saying things,
she had no
it's
choice.
It's an immediate, okay, that's too much to deal with.
But she had no choice.
Yeah.
She was being held by the feds.
Yeah, well, that was her choice. She chose to do that.
The feds gave her no choice.
She could have went to jail, protected her man.
She was trying to protect Christopher.
Yeah, well, she didn't. SNL returns October 4th for season 51, and now we know who's coming back. The cast will include Kenan Thompson. Have you ever heard of that guy?
I don't think they can fire him.
Chloe Feynman, Bowen Yang, Ego Nodim, Mikey Day, Marcelo Hernandez, and Sarah Sherman. Michael Shea and Colin Jost will also return as weekend host update. The cast is losing Heidi Gardner and the Please Don't Destroy trio, which I said last week I didn't even know existed until they started talking about it. The guys confirmed they aren't broken up, though. Ben Marshall joined the cast. Martin Harley will continue to write, and John Higgins left at SNL completely. So it'll be a whole different show.
Wow. I'm so glad that we got through the tough stuff.
Well, we had to. Somebody had to, right? Let's see. For some of us, the 90s feel like they were just yesterday, don't they? Feel like it was just yesterday?
No, I mean, it seemed like a long time ago.
Collider.com ranked the 10 greatest pop songs of that decade. Number 1, Baby One More Time by Britney Spears.
That is a good song.
I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston.
That's another great one.
Wannabe by the Spice Girls.
Who doesn't love that?
Believe from Cher.
Oh, fantastic.
I Want It That Way from the Backstreet Boys.
One of their finest.
You know what happened after he sang that song?
No, Dave. What happened?
The band broke up.
Oh.
My Heart Will Go On from Celine Dion. No Scrubs from TLC.
Mm-hmm.
Vogue from Madonna. Mbop from Hanson. And Torn by Natalie Imbruglia.
It's like you've been poking your nose into all my Spotify playlists.
You know what? I went in your house last night. I went through all those CDs and I pulled them all. We're going to play each and every one of them this morning.
How exciting would that be?
Before 10 a.m. Can we do that?
How do we play them all at once?
Or do we have a contractual obligation with Tom Petty's estate that we have to...
Well, there is that.
Do his thing. There is that. That seems like a big pain in the ass to have to deal with Tom Petty first,
If only there was a way to get him out of the way.
Kim Kardashian has FOMO. You know what that is?
Fear of missing out?
Yeah, from not going on that space trip with Katy Perry.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, she must have something to say.
Oh, my God. The last time I went orbital was when Ray J parked his tuna torpedo in the Starlight socket, and I swear I saw the Big Dipper in that sex tape you can purchase on YouPorn for $39.95.
Caitlin?
I never got that down and dirty with your mother, Chris Kim, but I once crammed a whole Rolex into her custard pocket. It was like spelunking in a yogurt cave with bad Wi-Fi. I jackhammered that flesh trombone into the Spam hammock until it looked like a busted piñata at a Chuck E. Cheese.
What are you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is I whisked her meat souffle so hard it puffed up like a pink balloon animal tied by a drunk clown at a county fair. And honestly, it gave me flashbacks to the 92 Demolition Derby when Hacksaw Jim Duggan walked out of Delta Burke's trailer smelling like Funyuns and said, "Don't touch the upholstery." And that's your Hollywood trash on Rock 102.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, your grilling destination. Weber, Big Green Egg, Uni Pizza Ovens, and Traeger Woodfire Grills.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Folks, have you ever not been invited to a party? You know, the sort of party where everyone else you know is going but you? I've never experienced this personally, but that's mostly because I'm a sheer delight at informal social gatherings. However, I do know plenty of people who are always on the outside looking in, and when that happens, you can expect anger, resentment, and loads of jealousy to rear its ugly head. So last week, when North Carolina Tar Heels head coach Bill Belichick banned scouts of the New England Patriots from his team's practice facility, he claimed it was because, quote, "It's obvious I'm not welcome at their facility." Now, from the outside observer, that sounds very much like the social observations of a 5-year-old, a childish, foot-stomping, snot-nosed, bedwetting brat who doesn't like to share his toys, one who doesn't want to be involved in their party for jerks. But is it really true? Is Bill Belichick truly not welcome in Foxborough? Yesterday, during an interview, Mike Vrabel was asked the reality of the situation. According to Vrabel, Bill Belichick has always been welcome, and even cited his participation in the Tom Brady celebration last June. So according to Vrabel, quote, "Since his departure as head coach here, he's been back. I'll leave it at that." I should also point out that last week Mr. Kraft told TV reporters that he planned on erecting a statue for Bill Belichick. Now, does that sound like a couple of guys who are shutting the door and ignoring Bill Belichick? Does that sound like an organization that's not willing to welcome him back home? Or does that sound like a 5-year-old throwing a temper tantrum and threatening to hold his breath until he turns blue? Is your ass chapped about the Patriots worth denying your own players a chance to get scouted regardless of who those scouts belong to? I wouldn't think so, but I'm not a grudge-carrying 73-year-old crybaby who's not getting his own way. Nor am I relying on a 24-year-old girlfriend to become my support animal when I got bad feels. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. The DeWalt $15 hand tool sale at Rocky's. Circular saw blades, hand saws, drill bits, $15. Good tools, good deals right now at your neighborhood Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock at 610. And Foreigner with Bax and Nagle and Rock 102.
It is going to be mostly sunny today with a high of 73. It is 47 right now in downtown Springfield.
A thrilling round of Am I the A-Hole coming up a little bit later on next hour. I can't imagine how more exciting people must feel right now knowing that.
What are you talking about? Actually, there's quite a few people that enjoy that. I get compliments all the time.
What are you hearing like sarcasm in my voice?
No,
What is that?
A guy said it to me the other day. I really enjoy that Am I the A-Hole thing.
I had a bunch of people say I really enjoyed the Backs of Life, but look what happened to that.
Yeah, well, that's not my choice. We had to cut it to save money around here. So I, speaking of saving money, which I didn't do yesterday, I wound up shelling out $18.99 for a rental of The Naked Gun with Liam Neeson and Pam Anderson.
$18 for a rental?
Well, because it's still in the theaters.
Oh, yeah. Why couldn't you wait?
Because
what's the impatience all about?
Because Jeff Bezos took off his top and told me that, and then rubbed his nipple and said, "You know what? You're a Prime member. $18.99 for you for a 48-hour rental."
You know, when we were young, Steve, and your
heart was an open book.
You know you did.
You know you did.
And you went to like a Blockbuster.
Yeah.
You know, you could get the rental for what, $3?
Yeah, probably.
Now they're charging you 6 times the amount to see that.
And every penny of that was not worth it.
Really?
Yeah.
Not that good.
I had high expectations because, first of all, I love Liam Neeson. I think he's a great actor. And when a serious actor turns to comedy, I always find that, kind of funny.
Well, the Leslie Nielsen was a serious actor for years.
Right. That's what I mean. I liked that. All those airplane movies, all those things where you had all these serious actors like Peter Graves.
Oh, yeah.
Who else was in there?
Well, you had
George Kennedy.
You're right. You did. You had all those guys.
Yeah, Robert Stack.
Yes.
So you got a guy like Liam Neeson, and I'm like, all right, well, this should be fun. I'm not a big fan of Pam Anderson, but I'll sit through it, and I did, and it was a horrible purchase. I don't recommend it. Wait till it comes out on TBS on like a Saturday morning when you're hungover and you can watch it 80 times because it's playing on the channel.
So what was wrong with it? Same kind of jokes, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't. I don't know. I just don't. I was expecting. I don't know what I was expecting. I think I was expecting like the old Airplane and Naked Gun movies, and it was a little too much.
See, I think sometimes, the original is so ingrained in your head.
Yeah.
I mean, can you really think of any other actor that could play Frank Drebin other than Leslie Nielsen? Really? I mean, I agree. Liam Neeson is a great actor. There's no question about it. And yes, Leslie Nielsen started off as a dramatic actor. He's the captain of the ship on the Poseidon Adventure.
Really?
Yeah. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
The boat turns upside down. He wants to go one way. Gene Hackman wants to go another way. And Gene Hackman says, "Surely you can't be serious." And he says, "I am serious, and stop calling me Shirley."
Right.
And then they literally walk to their death as a result of it.
That's usually how that happened. With great acting, you had great acting,
Terrific acting.
Yeah, and then I don't know. It wasn't worth the $18.99 to pay for that. But I was bored, and I figured I'd do it. Yeah.
I find that when it comes to renting film on streaming services, because there are so many other options, unless it is like an absolute necessity that you see this one film, if it's charging me even as much as 99 cents, I'm usually a hard pass. $18.
No, hey,
that's not just a hard pass. That's like a rip on the TV off the wall type of hard pass.
Well, it's just under the amount that you would pay for $20 for a dinner and a comedy show over at the Shortstop on Thursday nights.
Which you'll be more satisfied with.
Yeah. That actually has a lot more slapstick humor than the Naked Gun did.
Now, did you watch this with the kids?
No, I watched it by myself.
All alone?
Yeah, one of my kids was working, the other kid was doing sports. So I'm like, all right, I got 2 hours to kill. Let me do this, and I did, and it was not worth my time. It was actually only an hour and 30 minutes.
I don't want to say you have no one to blame but yourself, but if you had waited a month, you probably could have gotten this for a reduced price, if not free.
Yeah, but I can't wait. What if I'm dead in a month? What if I die?
Well, that's a pleasant thought, isn't it?
Well, I mean, it could happen. I mean, any one of us could walk outside and get hit by a bus right now.
Now, if you went back and looked at the original Naked Gun films, would you think they are still as funny today as they were back then?
As a whole, the movies were never that funny.
Yeah.
It was the scenes that made it the cult classic that it is by certain jokes that lied inside the movie. Mm-hmm. The movie itself is stupid. That's the whole point of the movie. But and I'm sure that it didn't do well at the box office when it first came out. But it was one of those things that gained steam because people were referencing lines from the movie.
They still do.
Well, I'm just saying.
I don't know. It would have been interesting to see what your kids thought of it. If you sat down with the kids and say, "Kids, I spent $18 on this. Let's all sit down and watch a movie."
My kids haven't seen. I don't think they saw the original. I think they saw Airplane. We watched Airplane together. That was kind of funny.
I'm trying to remember what it was. It was one day I had the kids in my sad divorced guy apartment, and I said, "Let's watch some movies."
Yeah.
Let's watch some old movies from my youth and great comedies, and we'll all turn these frowns upside down.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what movie it was, but it was probably no more than 15 seconds when I realized I'm sitting here with young teenage girls watching this film. And I automatically, and I can't remember which one it was, but it was like, it was a great film, but it maybe have skirted on being way too offensive or above the heads of 13, 14-year-old girls.
I told you that I had to pull the electrical socket out of the wall when I was watching The Kids in the Hall. Because I'm thinking, hey, kids, I used to watch this show when I was and I did. I used to watch it on Comedy Central all the time when it was edited and it wasn't on a freeform cable channel. And within the first 5 minutes of the brand new Kids in the Hall, I believe it was, which one was it? Who's the guy with the curly hair?
Kevin McDonald.
Kevin McDonald and the gay guy. What was his name?
Scott Thompson.
Scott Thompson were jumping up and down, waving their penises in the air. And I'm running to the TV to pull the plug.
My kids went through a period where they were watching Family Guy and really liking Family Guy. And I mean, I watched it, but not all that carefully. But when the kids were watching it, watching it with them, and then there are certain things about that show that they're laughing harder than I am, and I assume those jokes are way over their heads. No, they were not. Same thing with It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. They laughed and laughed every time a naked Danny DeVito would come out of the couch. It's like, you know what? I'm of a different age, a different generation.
They will not watch Family Guy.
Really?
Yeah. For the sole reason that when they were like 4, their mother told them, your father's not allowed to watch that in front of you, and you're also, you should never watch that show. So that stuck with them.
Wow.
I guess when you drill it in their head when they're young like that, I guess they still, they won't watch it.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of, Yeah, then I could see, but now, come on.
They may come around. They may come around and say, "Ooh, now that we're teenagers, now it's time to start doing some real rambunctious, rebellious stuff." And the first thing we're going to do is watch Family Guy.
Well, that's there's been worse things that have happened. Right?
Oh, I agree. I mean, they could be out, drinking and carousing with the no good friends.
But $18.99 for a movie, not worth it. $20 dinner and a comedy show over at the Shortstop this Thursday, totally worth it.
No, in fact, you're not even being charged enough.
That's
for that.
right.
That's right. It's 6:20 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Window to
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock at 6:26 and Sticks with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Liam's got the full forecast for you.
Hey, this week on Baxi's Musical Podcast, my guests are Ali Genovich and Jacob Brooks from the band Levada. Their third album comes out on Friday called Love Darla. It's a real step up from their previous two, which were also quite great. But really interesting interview with the two emerging artists. Really fascinating. You check that out on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Spotify, the Rock 102 YouTube channel, rock102.com, as well as on the app. It's all brought to you by Metro Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram at Chicopee, and Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock. And next week, I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, but a very exciting one. Really, really good for next Monday.
Looking forward to it.
Oh, it's going to be a goodie, a real doozy.
You ready to laugh?
I'm ready to laugh, Steve.
All right, let's laugh.
It's Bax and Nagle's Joke of the Day
I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown. I amuse you.
on Rock 102,
I make you laugh.
Springfield's Classic Rock.
Huh.
Okay.
Well, I kind of knew that was coming. You know what? Forget the joke. Let me just address this. You're going to notice some changes around here, specifically with that voice. Mm-hmm. We're no longer using that voice. We have a new plan, a great big plan.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, I was thinking about it. The Mandela effect. That whole thing with the Mandela effect.
Sure.
My biggest Mandela effect was, and it had nothing to do with timelines jumping or quantum leaps or anything like that. Going back to the Catholic Church after like 10 years, they're like, whoa, what's this thing they're saying at the end of the Our Father now? Why is everybody holding hands during the peace offering kind of thing? That was kind of like a Mandela effect.
Sure.
That was just a rule that changed because I wasn't there when they changed it.
Kind of it.
This is exactly the same thing. This is like the new Bo Brady on Days of Our Lives will be played by Drake Hogstein or whatever his name. How do you say his last name?
the late great Drake Hogestein.
Yeah, it? So it's just something you're going to have to get used to.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's it. Okay.
So there you go.
Yeah, great.
I always had to explain that.
Terrific.
Bax and Nagle's only.
6:31 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Yankee Home Improvement. This month, Yankee Home is giving you 50% off installation, 0 down, 0 interest, and get this, an extra $750 off for the first 25 callers. It's time for news. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. 2 Holland residents are staying behind bars Monday night after hundreds of bags of fentanyl worth nearly $20,000 were seized by police on Saturday. A multi-agency... Holland, the country?
I was going to say, how they run away with those wooden shoes.
Well, that's why they got caught, because they couldn't run. And those bicycles are old bicycles. They're not... They're not like, it's not like a Lance Armstrong type of bike. Those are like those... tandem bikes with you need 2 people to get away on them. And if one's not pushing hard enough with his muscles, then you ain't going nowhere. Anyway, a multi-agency investigation led police to search a house on Maybrook Road where they found 450 bundles of fentanyl, altogether weighing 215 grams, worth around $18,000. Hundreds of pills and several bottles of opioids and prescription meds were also recovered. 31-year-old Nicholas Harrington and 33-year-old Sherry Robideau, both of Holland, were arrested on a handful of charges. Both are being held in custody on separate charges out of Southbridge. I'll have to look them up on Facebook later. I always like to go look in the private lives of drug dealers throughout Western Mass.
Yeah, really, it's kind of fun to peel back the curtain a little bit to see how the other half lives.
Of course it is. Don't you want more to the story? You have to be your own investigative journalist, because 22 ain't going to give it to you, and neither is Western Mass News.
Well, it's like, when there's a news story, you tend to look for, like, the Facebook pages and, social media accounts.
Yeah.
For me, I like to look at the neighborhood we're talking about. So I'll Google, like, the address. Like, you say, like, the 300 block of Layford Terrace. I'm going to look that up. I want to know what's going on over there.
Did you look at Maybrook Road?
No, I did not.
This is, let's see, Maybrook Road. Is it Maybrook Road, Holyoke?
I thought it
said Holyoke.
Maybrook Road and Holyoke?
Yeah.
Or Holland?
Now I don't know.
Because in Holland, I mean, that's, you're kind of way out there.
Maybe that's what oh, yeah, it's Maybrook Road in Holland. That's where they lived.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you go.
Well, there you go. Let's see. The West Springfield Police Department is warning residents about a scheme targeting homeowners.
Homeowners is what?
What? Oh,
I got you again.
According to police, solicitors with the company Transient Driveway Sealing and Repair are going to homes and offering their services. However, police say they are not legitimate contractors, and the work they provide is often substandard and incomplete. Residents are urged to turn away anyone offering driveway services and to contact the police immediately. Any company soliciting in West Springfield is required to register with the police department first. So,
the name is Transient?
Yeah.
Transient.
Transient.
That's kind of an odd, I mean, unless it's a family name. It's like,
no, I don't
think
be like,
I'm going to getting my car fixed at Shyster's. They're
yeah, right. Yeah.
There are some mechanics I can trust.
The only one I've seen that seems to be legitimate is the Crack Man. I see his signs all over the place. The Crack Man. I was actually thinking about doing that because I got some cracks in my driveway that need to be filled. All right.
Yeah.
And
same thing with Weed Man.
But I guess I could do that by myself. I don't need to have a professional come over and do it, right?
Yeah, but if you want it done right, Steve, if you want it done by a professional, rather than you doing a sloppy-ass job of it, you got to hire a man, a real live man to do it.
I am a man.
Are you a man with those kinds of skills, though?
No.
Are you good at patchwork?
Well, I've seen all they do is they dip brush like brooms into that stuff, and then they spread it all over the driveway. I've done enough Kim Kardashian bits to know what I'm doing.
All right, listen, if that's the way you want to fly, then go right ahead. But if you wind up screwing up, you'll be kicking yourself in the pants and say, why didn't I hire a trained professional to begin with? I'm calling shysters.
How many times have I talked about spreading tar in the Kim Kardashian bit? Filling cracks.
I didn't think that had anything to do with roadways.
Yeah, well, you weren't paying attention enough.
I guess not.
The city of Holyoke hosted a forum to discuss how to use money from an opioid settlement. This was you could buy more opioids.
It's kind of like when you win like the lottery and scratch tickets.
I won $1 million.
You use all that money to buy more scratch tickets.
I won $1 million in the lottery. I'm going to buy $1 million $1 lottery tickets. This was the second forum of the day and was an opportunity for residents to have a say in how these funds are used to address the ongoing opioid crisis in the community. The family that owns Purdue Pharma agreed to pay up to $7.4 billion to towns and cities across the U.S. in January over their role in the opioid crisis. When Governor Healey served as Attorney General for Massachusetts, she was among the first to sue the family for enabling the overdose epidemic. If one individual passes away, that means a family is ravaged and a community is ravaged. We didn't just lose somebody from a disease of addiction. We lost a son, father, friend, and a person in the community. The city of Holyoke is receiving $1 million from the settlement. We know that opioid use impacts a cross-section of our community. There is literally no one in this city who is untouched. A forum held at the Council on Aging aimed to get community feedback on how the city can best spend the funds to address the ongoing issues of opioid addiction. So, well, we're going to find out how we're going to spend that money.
I mean, I know, like I said, scratch ticket players buy more scratch tickets.
Yeah, I don't know if buying more opioids is probably the...
It's probably the smartest thing to do. No, I would argue against it.
I would too. The National Weather Service confirmed Monday that a lower range EF1 tornado touched down in 4 Massachusetts towns on Saturday afternoon. Those communities are Paxton, Holden, Berlin, and Stowe. According to the National Weather Service, the lower range EF1 tornadoes have winds anywhere between 86 and 110 miles an hour. The Western Mass News crew went to Holden on Monday morning where they saw several crews clearing the roads blocked by several downed branches and even some large trees. Holden resident Zach Dutton said the tornado actually helped him out a little bit by getting rid of some trees on his property. Yeah, those trees are just gone. It's amazing to see. And now there's a ton more light in the house than there ever was before.
It really opens things up.
Right in my town, in Huntington, there's a right on Main Street or East Main Street or whatever you want to call it. There was a house there that had all these giant trees in front of it. They're all gone now, and it's amazing what happens. Like how much brighter an area is.
Oh yeah,
just even in overcast weather, like how much more open something is. It was these giant like oak trees and that they took down, and it was pretty impressive actually.
Do you ever see like a house where like it's kind of gone into disrepair and like all the front bushes kind of overgrow, you can barely see the house, and then someone buys that house and the first thing they do is they opens it up. It's like, where'd that house come from?
Yeah,
it's been there all along. It's been covered up with shrubbery and blocked out because of all the neglect.
I got some hedges I want to rip out.
I do too. I just don't want to be the guy to do it.
Well, yeah, we can do it with my minivan, Bax. I'll come over with a tow strap and we'll strap it to the thing, and I'll just go at 90 miles an hour right out of your driveway.
Yeah, that thing got a high towing capacity.
Do you have any gas lines in front of your house?
Sure, I do.
All right. Don't call DigSafe before we do this.
I think we should call DigSafe.
No. That's the whole element of surprise.
See, if I'm going to rip stuff out on the ground, the last thing I want is a surprise, unless it's buried treasure or a body.
Okay. You don't want to find bodies on your yard?
Not really, but if I had one, I mean, it'd be a great story to tell. You're not going to believe it was in the front yard.
How do you know that there's no bodies buried in that house?
I don't. Except that I knew the previous owner. And to the best of my knowledge, there's nothing that he was responsible for.
The board of directors of Big Y Foods, Inc. has appointed Christian Demore as the senior director of supermarket operations.
Man, how'd that guy get that job?
I don't know, huh? He must have had to work his way up to the top.
Normally it's who you know.
Christian is a third-generation member of the Demore family, the grandson of Big Y co-founder Gerald Demore and the son of executive chairman Charles Demore. His first job within the company was a part-time service clerk at 14 years old. And now I'm running the show.
So the next time you're standing in line and some youngster is bagging your groceries, don't look down on him, because someday he could own the company.
It's true. I mean, you work your way up. Supermarkets do have if you stick with it and work your way up, you can get into a pretty decent position within a company like that.
If you apply yourself, absolutely. Maybe
Not what his job is.
Well, maybe his trajectory was, he skirted around a few other things to get where he needed to go. But, I'm not going to sit here and say this is like it's who you know or a nepotism type of thing. I would never suggest that.
Well, he had a gold coin that he traded in. By the way, this gold coin is worth this job. I wish they would do that. They don't do the gold coins anymore. It's kind of like going to the casino and shopping at the same time.
Yeah, I always love, because I had for a while, I had blue coins and red coins and the gold coins, but then they just, then they eliminated some of those coins.
They went from just silver and gold.
Yeah, and that was it. It's like, well, what am I going to do with all these other coins? Well, they're worthless now.
Not quite worthless.
Well, now they are. I don't think they even accept those things.
They're coffee table pieces. You leave them on the coffee table so when people come over, you can tell them the whole story about how you used to be a gambler at Big Y. I used to play the slots at Big Y at the machine.
Come on, big one.
Come on.
Big money.
Come
no whammy.
on, free piece of pizza and a soda. Let's go. A man in Canada named Casper Lincoln was arrested after he was caught driving through town last weekend in a child-sized pink Barbie Jeep. He was also wearing aviator glasses, possibly for safety reasons. Casper claims he was being lazy and decided to take the Jeep out on a Slurpee run while a friend walked alongside of him. He says he drove on the sidewalk mostly, but he did drive on the side of the road too, and that's what got him into trouble. An officer pulled him over and noticed some real violations. Casper had a suspended license. He also had a blood alcohol level above the legal limit. Yeah, that's shocking. The totally brilliant plan of a sober man.
Most sober people would take maybe a more reliable vehicle.
Casper was arrested for DUI because he was on the road and was prohibited from driving for 90 days in addition to whatever is happening with his suspended license. He was not speeding, though, because the Barbie Jeep only tops out at about 5 miles an hour. But some onlookers got a laugh out of it and were surprised that the police got involved with everything else they have on their plate, but the police say this is not a laughing matter. Casper insisted he didn't know he was breaking the law and said he has no problems with the police. He even said the arresting officer was nice. When asked what his takeaway was, he said, "Don't drink and drive."
You're telling me the cops are not laughing at this guy behind closed doors? I mean, I know they can't laugh when they're in the midst of something, but I got to believe they got stories.
Well, I saw the video, and one guy was laughing.
Of course they are. How do you not
How do you not laugh at something like that?
Grown man driving one of them little things.
It's like me driving a minivan.
Yeah, everyone's laughing at you.
How can you not laugh at that? It's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing, but it's got some practicality. That's the one thing that saves you. But everyone smirks.
2 in the front and 5 in the rear. That's what I'm talking about.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a shocker on wheels.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Your Pioneer Valley forecast today, it's the Manhattan minivan. That's what they call that. Mostly sunny today with a high of 73. It's 47 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
GGN. Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 6:50, and the Rolling Stones are Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It is going to be mostly sunny with a high of 73. Tomorrow, some rain showers with a high of 69. Giggity, it's 47 right now in downtown Springfield.
Rocktoberfest is coming up Sunday, September 21st at the Summit View in Holyoke. Tickets are on sale now at rock102.com. Your admission includes all the food and the live music from the Stillwater Band, plus steins of German beer for sale. It's Rocktoberfest, brought to you by Dave Miner Exterior Home Improvements, Aqua Pump, September 21st at the Summit View, Route 5 in Holyoke with Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock.
I know you don't have to. Your kids are grown now, so you're not dealing with the back to school melee of people. And their kids are finally settling in now.
Sure,
after a couple of weeks.
Well, my wife's a teacher. There's a little bit of going back to school for her, at least.
Right, but I mean, as far as making sure that your kids have everything to go to school for the day and things like that. A friend of mine who's their kids go to Minnetonka. My alma mater.
Sure.
Where I graduated from. And there was an email sent out like after the first week of classes from the principal, Mr. Steve Hale.
Okay.
Doing a great job over there, by the way, at Minnetonka High School. And I would pull out the last hair that I have if I had to deal with stuff like this with these kids, right?
Okay, what happened?
So he sends out this district email. Good morning. We do not permit any food delivery services of any kind to drop off drink and food orders. This is a school. We are here for academics, not processing someone's double latte or cheeseburger order. Additionally, our staff are all fingerprinted and Corey checked, and we are not permitting unknown delivery drivers into the school. Thank you, Steve Hale. But Mr. Hale, isn't this our time?
Yes, Mr. Spicoli, it is our time. And everyone else here would like a piece of pizza.
Right.
You dick!
So I thought, when I immediately saw that, I'm thinking, these kids are ordering DoorDash to the school?
Yeah.
No. It was the parents sending DoorDash to the school because their kid forgot their lunch that day. So they were delivering food to the school. And it must have happened several times in order for them to say, "Hey, this isn't an airport for what is it, Uber Eats, you know?" and I was thinking to myself, that is probably the most privileged thing I could think of for a kid. Listen, I understand. You and I both understand.
Sure.
About the food insecurity. We talk about this every single day.
All the time.
Insecurity in Hampden County is 1 in 2 right now. You know, there are people who are suffering. There are people who don't get to eat. But if you're privileged enough to be able to send DoorDash to the school, the worst thing that's going to happen to your kid who didn't bring lunch with him is that he doesn't eat for 6 hours and can eat something when he gets home. He or she can get home.
Yeah.
Why? What is the mentality of, "Oh, I forgot to pack the kid lunch. I'll just order."
I'll order a nice curry for my child at the school.
Do you want some muffin tops from Rice's?
You know, when I was a kid and I always bought hot lunch. So if I got my 55 cents or whatever the hell it cost, that one day when I was in high school, that was my problem. That was my own damn fault for not grabbing the spare change off my dad's sock drawer.
Right.
Or when I was in middle school, I had an aunt that was one of the lunch ladies, and she would give me a pass.
Oh, well, there you go.
But that's an exception, not the rule. But nevertheless, your kid forgets their lunch. Guess what? That's on your kid.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like, and why can't a kid prepare his own lunch? Why is that so difficult for a kid? Why is that why do we think that only the parent can provide that information?
Well, sometimes my kids prepare their own lunch.
Yeah.
I ask them, I'm like, "Do you want me to make you something?" And they say no. But if they decide that I don't want school lunch today, I'm going to make something at home, they bring it with them. It's as simple as that.
And that's fine.
Yeah. Well, school lunch right now, and this is the thing I didn't understand. I believe school lunch is still free. I don't think anybody's pulling out of their pocket yet for the school lunch. I think that is some kind of thing that they're expecting to do.
See, we always had to pay. We always had to pay for our school lunch.
I don't have a problem with kids getting free school lunch. That is like fine. I don't care if my tax dollars go to that.
Right.
Fine. Everybody should be able to eat. Some of these kids, this is the only meal they get throughout the day. But when you focus on, okay, maybe you are receiving free lunch.
Yeah.
And yet, I don't like that one. Okay, honey, I'll send you DoorDash to the school. Where do you want Red Robin?
I don't want pizza burgers today.
What else is out in Wilbraham that you could have delivered?
I want something from
Seema's.
Seema's.
Yeah.
I want
a $200 filet mignon for $7 so I can feed my friends.
Yeah, and I want appetizers too. I don't just want just the piece of meat.
What about the Route 20 Club? The Route 20?
The Route 20 Inn or whatever it is.
Yeah. Gregory's still open? You can get pizza from.
Yeah, but I don't think Gregory's is still open anymore.
State Line potato chips.
No, they're not. They're closed too. Yeah.
Well, that's too bad.
It's 6:57 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Call or text us anytime on the Route 10 Tire listener line.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, your grilling destination. Weber, Big Green Egg, Uni Pizza Ovens, and Traeger Woodfire Grills.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? As you know, I'm not the most lavish fellow in the world. Oh, sure, I'll make ends meet, but I'm not the sort of guy who's going to spend my hard-earned money only to see it flushed down the toilet due to my obnoxious and often belligerent behavior. You see, if I were to purchase a ticket to a major league sporting event, I wouldn't track down the guy in the next row to grab a baseball that I thought was mine. I wouldn't be the guy that throws valuable sex toys onto the court of a professional women's basketball game, and I certainly wouldn't be the guy that reached over the railing to smack, touch, or push a football player in the head. On Sunday night, a Buffalo Bills fan was ejected from Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York, after allegedly reaching over and pushing the helmets of both Ravens wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins and quarterback Lamar Jackson late in the third quarter. During the incident, Jackson pushed back as if to say, "Sir, Please refrain from aggressively pushing me and my teammates while we celebrate our most recent touchdown. While Jackson has not been punished for his retaliating pushback, yesterday the NFL announced that the fan who started it all has not only been banned from all future Buffalo Bill games at home, he's also been banned from all games around the NFL. On top of that, he's been given a ban which prevents him from attending other league events, such as the Super Bowl, the NFL Draft, and the NFL Combine. Now, I cannot condone the physical, aggressive touching of NFL players during the course of play. However, I have to be honest. As a guy who prefers not to shell out buckets of money to attend public events, I don't really see this as much of a punishment. I see this as an opportunity to not spend money. I'd be more pissed that I was bounced out of the game before Buffalo staged that 16-point comeback with 4 minutes left of the game to beat the Ravens 41-40. But to me, spending money for the other 16 weeks of the season, trust me, the NFL just did this guy a favor. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. Hey, you go to the Big E? Just days away. Still buy tickets at Rocky's. Just skip the line and save some time. Discount tickets for the Big E still available at your neighborhood Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock. It's 7-11. And Aerosmith with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Going to be sunny today with a high of 73. It's 47 right now in downtown Springfield. Are you ready for another round of Am I the A-Hole?
Yes.
Well, we got some manners. We got bringing your own food. A whole hodgepodge of things today.
Spin the wheel, Steve. Start wherever you want.
All right. Am I the A-hole for saying I'm sorry to hear that? I, 35 male, have been planning an outing with a group of friends for a while. We're all busy, so a wine tour then dinner took some effort for scheduling. Oh, you're a wine tour, yeah, 35. One of our friends, 30 female, texted me the day before stating that she is ill and not feeling well, so she cannot attend. No real issue for the group as I ate the cost for her spot on the tour and the prefixed dinner. I responded with, I'm sorry to hear that. No worries. Get some rest and feel better soon. No response. Since then, she's ghosted me when I texted her and asking her if she's feeling better. According to mutual friends, she thought my message was callous. I currently assume she's just upset I didn't reschedule the whole event, but that seems unreasonable to me since it took months to plan. Mm-hmm. Has the saying changed and I'm unaware of it? I'm so confused. We'll all be meeting up again as a group soon. I hate walking on eggshells around a person, but I don't want to apologize for no reason either. No, you're not the a-hole.
I don't think so either. I think what you wrote down and sent was perfectly reasonable.
If you get sick and you can't, and you don't want to risk other people getting sick,
right? She
made the right move by saying I can't go, and he made the right move going, I'm not canceling the entire thing for everybody else. Hey, get better soon. He didn't even say that. He just said get better.
And that's not him being insensitive. I mean, it would be more insensitive if he canceled it for everybody else because you're sick. Everybody else's schedule would have to be refigured.
Somebody said that's a thoughtful message. If she's difficult about it, then point out you covered the cost of her not attending, but haven't asked her to pay. I assume she hasn't offered to reimburse you, which says a lot about her.
You know what? That is a very good point.
Yeah.
You could very easily have asked for for her to. She could have asked for her money back, and there was no problem.
One lady said people like that will always take advantage of people like you, and you make you seem like the big issue, and you have had any consideration for how they are really being. Be careful with people like this; they will screw you.
Yeah, some people are self-centered and selfish.
Well, that's the way it goes sometimes, I guess, right?
And you know what? Again, if I were organizing a trip for a bunch of people, I have to consider the other people may not be able to be as flexible to just go ahead and reschedule something.
Right.
I mean, it's no offense, but we can have fun without you.
We don't need you.
We don't
have fun.
We don't like you that much.
Am I the a-hole for bringing my own food to a wedding? So I, 36 female, went to my college friend's wedding last week, and I was really excited for it. She's a good friend, and I wanted to celebrate. The issue is I have a medical condition. That means I can't eat certain common ingredients, gluten and dairy. It's not a fad diet or a preference. I get very sick if I eat them. I mentioned this on the RSVP card where it asked about dietary restrictions. The bride told me the venue couldn't guarantee anything gluten or dairy-free because of cross-contamination, but she'd hope I'd make do with the salad and fruit. I didn't want to cause trouble, so I quietly brought a small container of safe food in my bag, literally just grilled chicken and rice. When dinner was served, I discreetly went outside for 5 minutes, ate it quickly, then came back in to join everyone. I didn't make a scene, didn't bring smelly food in, didn't take anything away from the event. Turns out the groom's mother saw me with the container outside and apparently told a bunch of people I was disrespecting the caterer and making the couple look cheap. At the reception, she confronted me and said I was embarrassing the family and that I should have eaten beforehand if I had an issue. I explained that I wanted to be there for the full event and didn't want to get faint or get sick. She rolled her eyes and said I was selfish and that the wedding is about the couple, not about your diet. Some of our mutual friends also agreed that I made an a-hole move and made the couple look bad. Now I'm wondering if I really crossed a line.
No.
If you went outside, nobody was to see you. You did it discreetly. It wasn't like you walked in the kitchen and put your Tupperware in the microwave at the venue and then came back out and said, "Hey, there's no salt or pepper here on the table."
I mean, it's not like you ordered a pizza and had it delivered right there at the reception. That's a big D move right there. But I mean, she did it discreetly and quietly because she wasn't guaranteed that they could accommodate her needs. I don't think that's crazy.
I just watched some video on TikTok last night about this lady who was a wedding planner.
Yeah.
She could tell which ones are going to get divorced. And you know what? From DJing these weddings all these years,
You probably can too.
she was absolutely right about certain things. Like she was like, the couples who smash cake in each other's faces, they're not going to last.
Yeah, we didn't do that.
Like smash it. Like not just like, get a little frosting on the lips kind of thing.
Yeah.
You're talking about like a full-on like food, like a John Belushi food fight type of thing.
Yeah, we were very specific not to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
And then what was the other one? What the hell was the other one? Oh, if the bride is like doing this calling and going, "Hey, don't tell him about this, but order more flowers." The secretive kind of thing. And then the other one was when the groom doesn't care. But then I'm thinking, most grooms don't really care.
Well, they care. It's just not about some things that don't really have anything to do with them, like the dress.
Right.
They don't care. You can wear anything. You're going to look great.
They're absolutely. She's absolutely right, though. I mean, I've seen it. I have probably like a 50-50 of all the weddings I've done. 50. It's just like the statistic.
Yeah, but as far as you predict your prediction, were your predictions accurate?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
See, in this situation, it sounds more like the mother-in-law is the big a-hole of the situation because if she should just mind her own business and let it go.
And that was another sign when the mom, when one of the mothers, whether it be the groom or the bride, gets way too involved.
Yeah.
Especially the ones that claim, "Well, I'm paying for this." Okay, if you're paying for it, that is a gift that you're giving. You don't have, I don't think you have any kind of, say in what goes on.
This is the bride's big day. This is not, the mother-in-law's day. I mean, I know some mother-in-laws wouldn't agree with that, but it really is the bride's day, and it really should be what the bride wants for her big day.
Yeah.
And just because you paid for it, you're right. It is a gift. It is a contribution. It is not a pass to make every decision be yours.
If you wanted your own wedding and wanted control over everything, you should just throw yourself one. That would be the way to do it. If you wanted the say and everything. Otherwise, don't give up the money.
Yeah, or refuse the gift and say, "No, we're going to take care of it."
All right, another one. Am I the a-hole for refusing to pay for our friend's now broken iPhone and sunglasses that our son broke? I, 28 female, my husband, 32 male. Our son in question is 6 months old. Mm-hmm. Whenever someone holds them, we warn them that they'll try to grab your glasses or phone and sometimes even your hair. We're trying to break this habit, but he's 6 months old. Now, I warned my husband that a friend of mine, 33 female, let's call her Jean, came to visit and wants to hold, which we didn't mind at all. I warned her about it, saying, best taking your sunglasses off your head. He'll grab them. Now, these are Gucci sunglasses costing almost 800 pounds, which I don't know, what is that in American dollars?
A lot.
Which is crazy to me for an amount of sunglasses, but to each their own. She rolled her eyes at me and accused me of hogging my own baby. I warned her again. She said, it's fine. So she stood holding him, took her phone out wanting to take a selfie, which, again, I'm fine with as long as it's not posted. Don't want a pic of him online as of yet. He, of course, grabbed the sunglasses, got excited as he got them, waved his hands about the sunglasses, and they flew. She screamed, scaring him. He panicked. He flailed, hitting her iPhone to the floor. I quickly took him as she was freaking out. She says I need to buy her a new iPhone 16 and replace her sunglasses or give her the money for them, which is $2,300. I said, we can't pay. That's not even my monthly wage. Plus, I'm on maternity, but I also don't feel like I should, as you ignored my warnings. I'm called heartless for not being more understanding of her being upset. I was more concerned with calming down my son. My husband just shrugged, telling her I did warn her. I fixed the issues since they were so triggering to people. Also, to those who thought an adult didn't write this, adults can have dyslexia. I have dyslexia.
All right. Okay. That's not neither here nor there. But you know what? If you've given the warning,
and it's a 6-month-old baby.
It's a 6-month-old baby.
It's not a 6-year-old baby.
I mean, yes, that's quite a financial hardship. But I mean, it's not like you didn't go in there with a warning.
But did she have an iPhone 16 when she walked in there? Yeah, this might be one of those.
Yeah, I've got an iPhone 12, and I seriously need an upgrade.
Right, I got an iPhone 12 Pro. I want the equivalent to what today's prices are for the phone your infant child ruined.
By the way, 800 pounds winds up being like $1,085.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. It's pretty much the same as it is here.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah, what are you complaining about?
I mean, please. 6-month-old. What do they know? I mean, the 6-month-old, unfortunately, doesn't have a real good understanding of the value of things.
Yeah.
They're just looking to play and grab your face.
But besides, if she's got the rich, bougie stuff, she can afford to replace it herself.
That's why you get the insurance.
Right.
Right? So if there's ever a problem and it needs to be replaced, boom, you're done. You got what you need.
Here she is visiting her peasant friends and their destructive child.
Let's go see the poor baby.
Let's go see the baby, the poor one on the other side of the tracks.
Let's go see the people with nothing.
Let's go see how they live in squalor with their infant child.
Oh, what a lovely destitute family.
And there you go. That's another round of Am I the A-Hole?
All right. It's 7:22 with Bax and Nagle at Rock 102.
The Rock 102.
7:32 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Hey, it's primary day in Springfield and Greenfield. That's about it. Western Mass News is your election authority. That's what they want you to know. Springfield neighbors getting ready to hit the polls as preliminary elections for 2 city council seats will take place today, Tuesday.
Couldn't I stay at home and hit the poll myself?
I guess I usually do that every day. What's different about today? Oh, you mean you actually have to go out and hit the poll? There are 4 people running for Ward 4 City Council spot: incumbent Mallow Brown, Kenneth Barnett, Willie Naylor, and Beverly Savage. I don't know, Willie Naylor or Willie not?
We'll find out tonight when we get election results.
For Ward 6, 3 people are looking to secure the position: incumbent Victor Davila, Charles Battle, and Mary Johnson. The top 2 will also advance. There can only be one.
I know that we can all expect a very low voter turnout. But, in local elections, Steve, and I'm very much a believer in this, if you allow 9%, 5% of voters to make all your municipal decisions for you as far as who represents you, then shame on you. Let's get out there and show them who's daddy. Let's get out there and cast our votes.
Hang on a second.
What do you got there?
Is there a guy at the
Oh, yeah, there is. Yeah, okay. There you go.
Just hang out in the lobby.
That'll teach him. All right.
It's a cop. I don't think he's going to steal anything.
I don't think so. But anyway, you get out there and vote. Show, exercise your civic obligation.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? And this is the thing. When you complain about the only 9% showed up, you got to show up. Go out and vote.
Yeah,
if you don't like it, change it.
Yeah, that means that 91% of the voters didn't show up. So, no one to blame but yourself. You don't like the results.
$10 in a fish sandwich says you can get into any election polling place in Springfield. You don't even, as long as you're holding a fish sandwich, they'll let you in.
What about a ride? Can I get a ride to the fish sandwich?
Perhaps.
Okay, good to know.
A follow-up out of Amherst. Multiple people are now without a home after a porch fire on Olympia Drive this past weekend. That fire may have been caused by a common item you have in your home. Photos posted of the incident by the Amherst Fire Department showed massive flames coming out of the roof of the building. The fire extended from the porch through the first and second floors of the attic. Fire officials said 2 people were sent to the hospital for evaluation following the incident. Monday, they spoke with a neighborhood resident about what her family witnessed, and then they go on for the witness account of, hey, there was flames coming out. Well, how many other ways can you describe a fire?
Well, I mean, there's loads of ways if you want to be creative.
While they have not figured out the exact cause of the fire, officials said the most likely factor right now is a failed lithium-ion battery pack from an e-bike left on a front porch. Last year, firefighters say there was 135 lithium-ion battery fires. In addition, about 3 dozen injuries to firefighters and civilians caused by those batteries have been reported since late 2023, devices like e-bikes and scooters being the most involved equipment. That's like the only drawback of having anything like that.
Yeah.
Even your cell phone can explode.
Well, and the other hassle about this is you can't just throw those things away.
Right.
Or, throw them out the window of your car like you could the old-fashioned batteries. I missed that.
Yeah, why can't you do that anymore?
I don't know.
Anyway, let's see. What else is going on? Western Mass stuff? No. Let's go to Connecticut. You want to go to Connecticut?
Well, we're right in the middle of a show.
No, I mean, it's like Mr. Rogers taking you into the land of make-believe.
Oh.
We're going into the land of Connecticut.
Well, that's different. Sure, let's go.
Via the Trolley Museum. 2 men were arrested for a fight in Middletown that involved a hatchet and a shooting. 46-year-old Jerry Sweeney and 43-year-old Arnie Clark. Jerry and Arnie going at it again. Both charged for the incident. Police say they responded to an address on Elm Street around 10:30 p.m. on July 27th.
Isn't today September 9th?
Well, we're just finding out about this now. This is the court. The court has chimed in. They found Sweeney suffering from a gunshot wound. He was transported to the hospital where he underwent emergency surgery. Clark was also found at the scene. Police said he was the one accused of shooting Sweeney. They determined that the fight started over social media. The 2 suspects agreed to fight in person at Clark's home. You don't poke me, I'll poke you.
So when they agreed, what are they, made plans? Listen, what time do you want me over to kick your ass?
Right now. How about right now?
Could you wait 30 minutes? I'm folding laundry.
Police said Sweeney brought the hatchet while Clark had the gun. Clark and Sweeney faced off in a fist fight in Clark's driveway. At some point during it, both the hatchet and the gun were taken out. That's when police said Clark shot Sweeney. Evidence was collected at the scene and witnesses were interviewed.
Let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. If paper covers rock and rock breaks scissors and scissors cut paper, what works with the gun or the hatchet?
I think the gun beats everything.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know what else beats the gun.
Clark was charged with first-degree assault, criminal possession of a pistol, altering, removing identification marks from a firearm, unlawful discharge of a firearm, and first-degree reckless endangerment. He was released after he posted a court-set $200,000 surety bond. He's going to be facing a judge on September 15th. Sweeney was charged with second-degree threatening, third-degree assault, and second-degree breach of peace. He was held on $75,000 surety bond and faced a judge on September 8th, which was yesterday. Imagine that, $75,000 for a hatchet, but $200,000 for a gun.
Well, I mean, people don't. A hatchet can be just as intimidating as a gun, especially if a guy, like some sort of psychopath is coming at you with one.
Right.
So, I mean, to me, it should be like a similar crime. If you're using a hatchet as a weapon, well, that's a pretty scary proposition.
It very much so is. A warning is out for local real estate agents after one company raised concerns over suspicious behavior from a prospective buyer. This is in North Haven. It's not local, but it's still relevant. Remax Bell Park Realty, based in Killingly, Says a man recently asked to view a several $million-dollar homes with a female agent showing him different properties. At one point, the buyer raised his budget from $800,000 to $5 million. This sudden change in budget raised some red flags. After this, they learned that the man is a registered sex offender with a record of sexual assault charges.
With some money to burn.
No, he doesn't have any money.
Oh, he didn't have the money.
Yeah, no crime was committed, but the suspicious behavior was enough to warrant other realtors of situation like this. Experts in the real estate industry say it's not unheard of. Agents face more risk than most people realize. It's sad, but it's not that uncommon, says Cameron Norfleet of Tyrena Real Estate. They are constantly meeting with strangers over the internet or someone who they've only shared a phone call with. It's a very serious situation. It's a very scary situation. See, I thought that's what the whole deal was. They got their pictures up on the signs with their phone numbers. Ooh, look at the blazer on that one.
Yeah.
That's not a dating website?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm positive it is not.
I thought it was betterhomes.com.
No. It's better, Better, not Bedder.
But it's like an OnlyFans page. You go to their website, they show you everything on the inside.
Yeah, right. Yes.
Previous damage from the previous owner in the basement.
Right.
We actually do have a couple of, so they go through and they check, they do a background check. I know they do. You have to.
Well,
that's how they found this guy.
Yeah.
We went online and said, all right, well, we got a service that we pay for. Let me just check this guy out. From going from $800,000 to $5 million.
That's a little suspicious.
Oh, I have millions of dollars.
Yeah, okay. I don't know about that.
You know, some dudes will do anything to get a date.
It's pathetic, isn't it?
Well, I mean, you're going to that length to try to impress somebody.
Yeah, you know what? And even if you do impress them, you got to make good on the impression.
Yeah,
like you can't tell somebody, listen, I'm about to buy a $5 million home after I move out of my mom's basement. I mean, you're not going to. Someone's going to figure you out.
Yeah,
at some point.
Well, some people just don't get it though. I don't know.
So true.
KFC announced an official line of jelly beans that taste like stuff on their menu because, herbs, spices, and candy go hand in hand.
True.
Each bag comes with 3 flavors, fried chicken, sweet corn, and gravy. Yum. Sign me up. Does that sound good to you?
The sweet corn, maybe not, because, that could be like fake corn flavor.
Fried chicken jelly bean? Ugh.
You like fried chicken?
Not in jelly bean form.
Okay, but if you had a jelly bean and it tastes like fried chicken, wouldn't you feel like that's kind of like a comfort food?
No, I don't think so.
Gravy is one of my favorite beverages. I wouldn't mind one of those. Like a whole stack of them. Sure, why not?
Jelly bean.
What the heck?
If it does sound good to you, you're going to have to wait a little while to try them. They're releasing them early next year, just before Easter, so you can get
that way you
fried
can
chicken.
That way you can ruin Easter.
And it looks like corn kernels. They don't even look like jelly beans because of the color of what fried chicken, sweet corn, and gravy would look like. They're all mixed together too.
Oh yeah.
It's not like M&Ms where you can only order the brown ones, or not. I don't know. It's kind of gross. You're a pioneer. What, do you want some? We can
No,
get some
listen,
for you.
it sounds intriguing. I don't mean to have to, if I bought a box, doesn't mean I have to finish it.
When Phil Collins comes in here later, we can ask him what he thinks of jelly beans.
It's Bill Collins.
I'm pretty sure it's Phil Collins. It's the guy from Genesis.
No, it's the guy from Center Square Grill in East Lomito.
We got a different guy coming in here now. Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be sunny with a high of 73. Tomorrow, cloudy with a high of 69. Giggity. It is 47 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Yeah.
At Health New England, your health is our...
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 7:51 and Def Leppard with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It is going to be, what is it going to be? Sunny today with a high of 73. It is 47 right now in downtown Springfield. Coming up on October 4th, it's a big comedy show over at the Elks Club in Chicopee. Yours truly will be the headliner of that evening.
Actually, the sign says Steve Nagle and friends. I
don't have any friends.
I was going to say that, and then I was wondering, well, what kind of friends you bragging about?
Right, but here in the studio with us is Chicopee Police Officer Travis Odean. Travis, good morning. How are you?
Morning. Thanks for having me on.
No problem. We'll put that little mic a little closer to your face, and then so tell us about what the Chicopee Police Association is raising money for this comedy show.
Sure. So for this event, we're raising money for our Shop with a Cop. Last year, we kind of changed directions a little bit, and we went out and we got gift cards, and we walked around over to local stores and helped families, shopping for Christmas, whether it was extra gifts for their kids or if it was they needed food for their family meals. It was just a big help for the community.
And this is a push that's been going on for a number of years too, right?
Correct. Yep. The Police Association just got involved with doing it so we could try to raise more money to give back to the community. Last year we made just under $2,000, so we were able to help about 20 families in the community.
Oh, awesome! And Shop with a Cop, is that the same as Cop on Top?
No, that's different. The Cop on Top is for the Special Olympics.
Okay, so that's a completely different thing. But this is Shop with a Cop, and like you said, it goes to help people shop for groceries. Is this just a holiday thing?
Yep, we try to do it focused around Christmas time. Right. Usually people are trying to spend a little bit more money on Christmas to have happy holidays for the kids.
So this is not one of those situations where I can hand a cop my shopping list. You can go to Big Y. I'll be right there in a parking lot waiting to help you take the bags out of the cart. It's not like that?
No, we'll give you a gift card. We'll walk around the store with you. You guys pick out what you need, and that's about it.
Now, what would it take for me to have a cop actually shop for me?
Well, you'd have to get a detail for that.
Oh, and that's going to run you, right?
Yeah, it's going to run you.
Oh, jeez, that's the problem.
Can't just give you a list?
No.
Well, what's the point then?
Suppose I went and separated all my list by aisles. Would that make it easier for you?
I can't even get my own grocery shopping done that way.
I'm always walking around the grocery like I forget something and I got to go back to the other side. Now, if I had a police officer with me who could steer me in the right direction, we'd get that shopping trip done a hell of a lot faster.
Except for they usually move the items around every week. So
right.
Oh, yeah, we didn't think about that.
What are some of the other things that the Chicopee Police Association brings throughout the year as well?
So one of the big things we do is we supply the ice cream for the ice cream truck. So all summer long, the ice cream truck goes out and gives out free ice cream to the community. Fundraising like this also brings money in for that, so that we can just drive around the community, hit the parks, the pools, the playgrounds, and just give out free ice cream to the kids throughout the summer months.
That's pretty awesome.
That is really awesome.
The cops giving back to the community, which, sometimes there's some negative light being shed on police departments, but there's all these good things that go on that people don't even seem to realize because it's overshadowed by a rogue story or something like that. So I think that you guys are doing a great job. And this shopping with a cop thing is awesome. Again, the comedy show is October 4th. This is at the Elks Club.
Yep.
What is it? What road is that?
Granby Road.
Granby Road in Chicopee. Tickets are only $35. That's your Venmo code on there, right?
That's for the association.
For the Chicopee Police Association. So you know what the address for that is for Venmo?
I don't.
Well, anyway, the QR code is up there. You can just scan the QR code on social media. Tickets are how much?
$35 a piece. You can either pre-order, which we prefer, so we have an idea of how many people are coming, and we will have tickets available at the door as well.
Now you're going to do some time yourself? Tell a couple of jokes, work the crowd.
You seem like you're hilarious.
Stuff.
Yeah. We may have to increase the ticket prices for that.
Are you sure about that? I don't know. I can see you really working the room, playing the big time.
The bar is set kind of low. So.
Well, yeah. You haven't seen Steve.
Actually, the bar is pretty high over at the Elks Club. I don't know if you ever... I've bellied up to it many times.
That's why
before.
I can't go to it.
That's right.
Travis Odean from the Chicopee Police Department. Again, the comedy show is on the October 4th at the Elks in Chicopee, 431 Granby Road. Travis, good to see you. Best of luck with all the things you guys got planned for the next couple of weeks.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys having me on.
Appreciate it. It's 7:55 on Rock 102.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, your grilling destination. Weber, Big Green Egg, Uni Pizza Ovens, and Traeger Woodfire Grills.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Folks, you ever been not invited to a party? You know, the sort of party where everyone else you know is going but you? I've never experienced this sort of thing personally, but that's mostly because I'm a sheer delight at a formal social gatherings. However, I do know plenty of people who are always on the outside looking in, and when that happens, you can expect anger, resentment, and loads of jealousy to rear its ugly head. So last week, when North Carolina Tar Heels head coach Bill Belichick banned scouts from the New England Patriots from his team practice facility, he claimed it was because, quote, It's obvious I'm not welcome at their facility. Now, for the outside observer, this sounds very much like the social observations of a 5-year-old, a childish, foot-stomping, snot-nosed, bedwetting brat who doesn't like to share his toys, one who doesn't want to be invited to their party for jerks. But is it really true? Is Bill Belichick truly not welcome in Foxborough? Yesterday, during an interview, Mike Vrabel was asked the reality of the situation, and according to Vrabel, Bill Belichick has always been welcome, and even cited his participation in the Tom Brady celebration back in June. So according to Vrabel, quote, since his departure as head coach, he's been back. I'll leave it at that. I should also point out that last week, Mr. Kraft told TV reporters that he planned on erecting a statue of Bill Belichick in his honor. Now, does that sound like a couple of guys who are shutting the door and ignoring Bill Belichick? Does that sound like an organization that's not willing to welcome him back? Or does that sound like a 5-year-old throwing a temper tantrum and threatening to hold his breath until he turns blue? And if you're a chapped ass about the Patriots, is it really worth denying your own players a chance to get scouted regardless of who those scouts work for? I wouldn't think so, but I'm not a grudge-carrying 73-year-old crybaby who's not getting his own way. Nor am I relying on a 24-year-old girlfriend to become my support animal when I got bad feels. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. The DeWalt $15 hand tool sale at Rocky's. A circular saw blade, handsaw, drill bits, $15. Good tools, good deals right now at your neighborhood Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
Rock 102.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 8:09 in Stone Temple Pilots with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Going to be sunny today with a high of 73. It's 47 right now in downtown Springfield. A new report says that living the American dream now costs over $5 million.
All at once?
That's up 14% from last year due to the rising costs of retirement, healthcare, raising kids, and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Here are 3 ways to claw your way to $5 million. You ready?
Okay.
Win the lottery.
That's easy.
Become an NBA star.
Simple.
And not spending money on stupid things.
Boy, that's going to be a tough one.
People on social media have been talking about the last one. Someone asked, what is the most expensive thing you've seen someone buy that they basically never use? Now, I'll give you some examples.
Okay.
A motorhome, RV, or a camper. If you're not going to use it, it's kind of a waste of money.
Well, I would agree with that. I mean, we've gotten our money from ours.
Yes, but you basically live in it. That's I'm talking about people who buy these things and then just sits in their yard.
Yeah,
you're spending $30,000 on a 2-bedroom trailer. Well, probably even more than that.
Actually, if you got one of them drivable units, now you're talking big cash.
Yeah, right. And people don't. It is kind of a waste of money. A really pricey accessory, like a purse or a blingy watch. Someone said, I learned a long time ago that if I'm afraid to use something, I shouldn't buy it.
I think if you're screaming, hey, look, I got something really expensive on me, to me, that you're just it's basically like a target.
You're just showing off.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Not even just showing off, but it's like if it's got value to me, monetary value to me, it will have monetary value for someone else who's not willing to pay for it.
Here's one I own, a commercial-grade deli slicer.
How often have you used it?
Like 3 times.
And how long have you had it?
2 years.
Okay, see, you didn't spend a lot of money on it, though.
No, it was $100. It was somebody who was moving, and she was like, I'm moving. Do you want that? I know you borrowed it once from me. Would you like to buy it off me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm selling it at a very low. It's actually a really nice meat slicer. It's a really good one.
I'm sure it's a fantastic meat slicer, but unless you're slicing deli meats at home, I mean, is it a practical thing to own?
No, it's not practical. But again, I didn't spend $1,000 on it. I spent $100 on it, which is a lot more reasonable than spending, for a brand new commercial grade meat slicer. You're talking anywhere from $600 to $1,000.
Sure.
Not you can slice the meat so thin you can't even see it.
Well, how do you know it's there?
I just assume. A smart fridge with a giant touchscreen.
I've never figured out what the whole point of that is.
Did you see? I was looking for a fridge a couple of years ago, and matter of fact, I got my fridge from Kluwitz.
Oh, that's a local family-owned business. Been around for over 70 years.
Yes, and I got a practical one,
Yeah.
And they helped me pick out the one that was practical for my home. It wasn't anything fancy.
Have you seen the one that got kind of like the glass doors?
Yeah.
Like the touchscreen glass doors so you can see what's in there?
Like X-ray vision on your food?
I don't want people to know what's in my fridge.
Well, that's another thing. It's like that's none of your business.
Yeah. Listen, I don't want you to see 14 pounds of expired condiments in the doors. That's my business.
Do you get weirded out when somebody comes over your house and it just opens up cabinets and stuff like that?
That has happened very, very rarely, but when someone does it,
it's weird.
It's really uncomfortable.
It's like, get out of my stuff. This is my mess. This isn't your mess to judge.
My parents had these friends, and actually, it was a couple. And my parents were friends with the woman who brought her new boyfriend over.
Yeah.
And they didn't really know the guy. But the first time he's over the house, he's doing exactly that. Looking in cabinets, looking in closets. So like, who the hell is this guy? What a freaking creep he is.
Yeah, that is weird.
It's none of your damn business what I got hidden in closets.
Do you look in other people's medicine cabinets?
I don't.
You don't?
I really don't.
Really?
No. I truly do not look.
I mean, I do. You find that cream fungus. That's two Seinfeld references in one bit.
I know. What is this, amateur hour?
But the smart fridge with the giant touchscreen, minus the touchscreen, when I first moved into my recent home, the previous owner had a fridge there that it wasn't magnetic. You couldn't hang anything on the fridge, which was weird.
A lot of those stainless steel ones are not magnetic.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I want the ability to hang things up on the refrigerator. Especially for the kids' sake.
Sure.
Hey,
report cards or what have you.
You made the fridge. Congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
Collecting stuff for hobbies. One person said, if you make me talk about my wife's craft room, I'm going to cry. And someone responded, collecting craft supplies is its own hobby. Thank you very much.
How many designated craft rooms in homes are actually being used for crafts?
I don't know. I showed you the video of my friend with his wife's stuff.
Oh, yeah.
They're not Lululemons.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Lulu dolls or something like that.
There's a lot of them.
But it's organized disorganization is what I call it.
Yes.
Everything is clean. Everything is neatly put on shelves, but there's so much of it. Can you imagine having your entire house overrun by one type of thing?
Well, I kind of do.
What do you got?
I got a record and CD collection that's kind of
okay, but
if I did not find space-saving ways of putting it together, it would overrun the house.
But you have a dedicated room for these things, right? Or are they all over the house?
Right now, most of it is in
one room.
Right. There's a lot of stuff that's still in the basement that needs to come up, but frankly, it's too much work.
But it's not. Is it your entire existence?
No.
Yeah. See that's what this is.
I can still get to the door. I can still go to the next room without having to climb over stuff.
Collecting tools for fixing things someday. A person said, my uncle is not a handyman. He doesn't even do projects, and yet he has a large room full of expensive tools, all neatly arranged and organized. Well, that's the guy's house you go to when you need to borrow a tool.
Yeah, that's it.
Someone said, everyone I know, it seems, bought a Peloton 5 years ago. I bought mine on Marketplace for way less than what they were.
Yeah.
They're like almost $3,000 for a brand new one.
We inherited a recumbent bike machine.
Yeah.
And I was using that until I hurt my knees a few years ago.
Yeah.
And then it really hurt to use it. But it's still there. Right now it's got some coats on it.
See, I use mine regularly. So I'm getting my money's worth out.
Yeah. See, but that's the thing. For most people, when they buy exercise equipment, they usually use it for a little while, but don't use it ever again. Oh. You use yours all the time, kind of like what we use our camper. Now we get a lot of use out of that thing.
Yeah.
But again, it's also parked at a campsite year round. It's not like we're pulling it from one place to another.
When my late wife and I first moved in together, we had a treadmill that somebody had given us.
Right.
And this is before we had kids. We used it to hold the ashtray and to hold the martinis downstairs in the family room.
There's no better way to get in shape than to be smoking a cigarette and using the treadmill at the same time.
You know,
knocking down a couple old fashions.
Well, you have to.
You got to hydrate.
She was a bartender. She knew it. She made good drinks. She made better drinks than she did exercise equipment.
She did do that.
Yeah. A boat. Somebody buying a boat.
I've always heard that from people that buy the
best day and the two best days of owning the boat, the first day and the last day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I know people who have boats that love them and care for them and would never get rid of them.
I told you that story of my dad's friend taking us out deep sea fishing in the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah.
And, we spend like 4 or 5 hours out in the Gulf. And then we come back, and he's like, "Oh, I'll meet you up at the house in a little bit. I just got to clean the boat, right?"
Yeah.
It took this guy 2 hours to clean the boat. 2 hours.
Oh, yeah.
To me, that's not worth it.
You got to really love your boat and use it all the time.
And this guy did.
All right, so then you can understand the desire to clean off the boat.
But for the average Joe or Steve who doesn't want to, deal with that just seems like so much maintenance to do. Like, more power to you if you have the ability to do that.
Yeah.
But to sit there and wash off a boat for 2 hours because
this kind of separates people like that from people like me. Over the weekend, I tightened up my my truck bed cover because it was starting to come a little bit loose, and it's really just a matter of taking 6 like a ratchet set. To six screws or just to 6 nuts. And once I was done with that, I had to go lie down. I was exhausted. It took me all of 15 seconds to do. Like, whoa, it's too hot out here.
Out of breath.
I'm losing I need to be hydrated in some way. I'm getting dizzy.
A gym membership. A lot of people let them fall by the wayside and then are still getting charged every year, but they have never stepped foot inside said gym.
I'm guilty of that.
You still pay for one?
Actually, I am still paying for one.
You got to cancel it.
I know.
You're paying for something you're never going to use.
That's kind of how it is.
Yeah. A horse. A lot of animals can apply, even pets, but many people don't consider the cost of lifetime care when they see a cute baby animal. You know how expensive horses are?
Oh, yeah.
You're talking...
Even if you don't own the horse...
You still got to board it.
You got to board the horse.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that is very costly.
It's like twice a mortgage payment to maintain a horse.
Yeah, but horse people never think twice about it. They don't think about the cost. They just think
no. But there's situations where it takes certain types of people to do these things, like owning the boat.
Yeah,
you have to be willing to want to do all that in order to get the boat. And more power to you. If you get the boat and you can handle that, same thing with the horse.
People who are not horse people think horse people are out of their minds.
What was
because of the expense.
What was the, because I said it years ago about horse chicks being weird. And then some lady responded with like, I control a 2,000-pound animal. Do you think I'm going to let a 250-pound man take control of me? You know, that kind of mentality, which is true, I guess.
It is true, but then that's not really refuting what you're saying, is it?
Well, no. The horse will always come first in that relationship. That means 2 things.
It's 8:21 on Rock 102. Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 8:26 and Sabbath with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Liam has a full forecast for you.
Hey, I want to mention real quick, Thursday, October 16th is the Rock 102 Mayflower Marathon Comedy Night at the Armory at MGM Springfield. It's brought to you by Dave Miner Exterior Home Improvements and Aquapump, a night of laughs with comedian Tom Carter as your headliner.
Carter?
Tom Cotter. That's what it meant to say.
You said Carter.
I know, it just came out wrong. It's Tom. It's
Tim
Carter. Tom Cotter will be the headliner. Steve will be there as well as comedian Corey G. I'll serve as the hostess with the mostest. Tickets are on sale right now at rock102.com. All the profits will be donated to the Mayflower Marathon, which is coming up in November. It's the Mayflower Marathon Comedy Night, brought to you by Dave Miner Exterior Home Improvements, Aquapump. and Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock.
Yeah, it's a good little kickoff event that we have for that.
And a damn good lineup. If you've never seen Tom Cotter, he is a
Tim Cotter.
Tom Cotter. He is a terrific comic and loads of laughs.
Are you telling me that Mass Live was lying to me? His name is not Tim?
It is not
so many
Tim.
years ago.
It is Tom.
I don't know.
And we've known the guy for well over 20 some odd years. Yes, Tom Cotter.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, you're saying Mass Live's wrong.
I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm just saying that they didn't check their work.
Spell check.
Yeah, they just didn't bother. Tom, Tim, Cotter, Carter could be either one of them.
All right.
News is next on Rock 102.
Here's your
8:31 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Health New England. They're here with you every step of the way. There's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. It is Erection Day in the city of Springfield.
Steve, I believe it is pronounced Election Day.
No, it's preliminary erection.
No, Steve, I believe you'll find very few erections at the polls.
I don't know. There's a lot of stiffs going on running for the thing, if you know what I mean. Right?
That is true.
Yeah, multiple or municipal preliminary elections are taking place in Springfield and Greenfield today. In Springfield, voters in wards 4, 6, and 7 will head to the polls to select candidates for the upcoming general election in November. In Ward 4, incumbent City Councilor Mallow Brown is facing 3 challengers, Kenneth Barnett, Beverly Savage, and Willie Naylor. Or will he not?
Well, that's going to be up to the voters.
That's his business. He can nail whoever he wants.
You know what? I'm not going to make fun of someone. I don't really know him that well, so it's who knows what kind of sense of humor he has.
That does sound like one of those Cleveland Steamer things. Did you ever get the Willie Naylor?
No, I never had.
And Beverly Savage?
I never had that either.
Ward 6, they got City Councilor Victor Davila running against Mary Johnson and Charles Battle. Oh, he's up for a fight.
Usually is.
Yeah. Also on the ballot in Springfield on Tuesday is a preliminary election for the school committee District 3. And they go on to say all these people are running. The polling places are open until 8 p.m. tonight. So you can go out and cast your vote.
So you 13 people that are going to vote today can get there in plenty of time.
And then there's something going on up in Greenfield, I guess, too, related to this.
They got their own things to worry about.
They got problems.
Every city does.
Well, they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear, Springfield problems. They got Greenfield problems.
Well, I mean, and to be fair, people around here are not that concerned about the Greenfield problems.
Which, by the way, I need a good place up. If anybody is up in Greenfield and knows a good place to hold a comedy show up there, I think we'd like to expand.
In Greenfield?
Yeah.
Is that like a VFW hall or a Knights of Columbus over there?
Well, I was talking to that night lady we have here.
Yeah.
Natalie.
Yeah.
And she lives up in that area. And she's like, hey, when are you going to do a show up here? And I was just saying, you know what? That's a good idea. We should definitely do a show out
Why not?
Yeah. So if anybody knows a good venue for that, go ahead and send me a message.
There is
Route 10 Tire listener line 293-1021.
There's the BJ's parking lot. You could do an outdoor show.
Oh yeah, right under the carport.
Yeah, right.
The carriages.
You just remove the carriages, put a couple of those carts together, those carports together.
Well, those are security.
Yeah.
Especially up in Greenfield.
You could do like a comedy show, like around that area where they give away the free samples.
Yeah,
because there'll be a crowd.
Yeah,
it's an attentive crowd.
A very attentive.
Yeah, give them a couple of pieces of coconut shrimp, and they'll be happy for hours.
I love coconut shrimp.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Yeah, Costco's got the panko breaded shrimp I bought a few weeks ago. Those are really good.
Sure they are.
They take 7 minutes in the air fryer. They're already cooked. You're just heating them through.
Yeah. Well, you never want to overcook shrimp. Otherwise, it's like shoe leather.
Rubbery. Too rubbery.
Nobody wants that.
2 people are safe after a fire broke out in an apartment complex in Amherst, potentially caused by an e-bike on the porch. The fire occurred at Olympia Place on Saturday in Amherst. While the exact cause is still under investigation, preliminary reports suggest it may have started from an e-bike battery. Amherst Fire Chief Stephen Goggin confirmed there were lithium batteries on site during the fire. Goggin advised against storing lithium batteries in hallways, stairwells, or outside porches to prevent similar incidents. Yeah, you put those in your oven. Isn't that I think I like that Bugs Bunny thing where he's like, well, now, if I was, would I put this battery inside this oven and turn it on if there was something in there?
When I slam the door, there was somebody in this oven. Slam.
The assistant chief emphasized the importance of storing lithium batteries in hallways, stairwells, or outside porches. He also ensuring batteries are compatible with the device they are used in to prevent potential hazards. Yeah, I said last hour, I worry about, your phone, any number of things.
Oh, yeah.
That have lithium batteries in it could explode. And that stuff, you can't just put that out with water.
No. But, on the other hand, you sometimes wonder, hey, is there another way to charge our things other than these particular batteries, which sometimes have a tendency to explode?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, is there some sort of technology out there that would prevent us having to use these things? Because, frankly, disposal, taking care of them, a little dangerous.
A man was hit with a list of drug, gun, and traffic-related charges in Manchester, Connecticut, after state police said he fled a traffic stop in Vernon. Troopers identified the man as 27-year-old Dylan Scott of Manchester. According to state police, they tried to stop Scott on Reservoir Road on Friday around 10:55 a.m. However, they said Scott eluded them and got onto South Frontage Road. They eventually found Scott's vehicle in the driveway of a Moore Street in Manchester. When they made contact with Scott, they said he fled on foot. They also said he was seen throwing a gun into a trash can as he ran.
These all sound like clues.
That's not the receptacle for the
That's not the Sharps box for weaponry?
No. Troopers said a perimeter was established and included help from State Police Canine Viper. Viper found Scott hiding under the deck of a home. He was taken into custody without incident at that point.
A lot of good that dog turned out to be.
Well, that dog, when the dog is barking at you.
Yeah, but when a dog is hiding, out of fear.
No, the dog wasn't hiding. He was hiding.
Oh,
the dog.
I see.
The dog found him.
I thought you were talking about the dog was hiding.
I don't think that would be a good police dog. If you had a police dog, you're like, all right, go get him, Viper. And then Viper's like, I'm not going in there. He's too dangerous. Did you see his rap sheet? It's crazy. I'm not going in there.
When's the dog going to look at somebody's rap sheet?
You don't even have a vest on me. Hey, do you remember that time I put that big pad on my arm and you bit into it? You were big and tough then, weren't you?
Now you need a thunder jacket just to walk down the street.
I didn't know Canine Viper is a real pussy cat. He's got all kinds of charges: reckless driving and endangering police, drug paraphernalia, possession of a controlled substance, possession with intent to sell, fifth-degree larceny, stealing firearms, and more. He's got a $500,000 cash surety bond. That's a good way to get yourself thrown in jail for a little while.
Sometimes it just doesn't make any sense to be actively looking for trouble.
Someone is painting squirrels in East Hartford, and Animal Control has been trying to find out who.
Like painting pictures of squirrels, or actually
putting paint on them.
On a squirrel.
The department said 2 squirrels appear to have been painted in the area of Naubuck Avenue and High Street. One was blue and the other one was red, according to the photos. Maybe it was The Matrix.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, they're all red squirrels.
Yes, but these are not authentically red.
I see.
They're just painted red. According to photos posted by the department, one was blue and one was red. However, they said they're looking for whoever was responsible. If you have any information, you're asked to call the Hartford Animal Control. They said the squirrels appear to be okay, but they look so cute. One's blue, and the other one, like I said, was red. And they're just walking around grabbing up nuts in their mouth.
Yeah, but you got to believe in the squirrel world, not without a lot of scrutiny and ridicule.
What would possess somebody to do that?
I don't know. Are these done with like spray cans or with paintbrushes? And how do you get a squirrel to stand still long enough to paint them?
Well, you you get a trap
Yeah.
with the box and
Right.
then put peanuts under it. And when the squirrel gets in the box, and then you take the spray can, poke a hole through it, and you spray the squirrel. I've got this whole thing figured out.
And how long you been painting squirrels, Steve?
Just the last couple of weeks.
I was going to
just went
say,
down to
because it
West
sounds
Hartford
like
the other
it's
day.
exactly what you're talking about.
Well, you gotta find things to do. Kill your boredom every once in a while.
That is no way to live your life, Steve.
Let's see. Police in Miami, they had some fun with this guy. Miami police arrested a valet attendant after they said he took a car that wasn't his for a spin, and it was caught on camera by the vehicle's owner. This Ferris Bueller thing can no longer be done with between GPS signals and cameras in the vehicles now. You can't do that.
Oh yeah, listen. If you went to a Chicago restaurant these days and said you were the the Midwestern Sausage King,
Yeah.
they know you're lying.
You're Abe Froman, the Sausage King of Chicago.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Security cameras figure that out right away.
Are you saying I'm not who I say I am? Video released by the Miami-Dade State's Attorney's Office shows a valet attendant identified as 23-year-old Auguster Cesar Sandino Troz. That's a lot of names.
You can call him Butch.
Behind the wheel of a black Audi back in June. It happened at a condo building off Southwest 7th Street. In the video, the owner was irate, telling Troz to get out of the car. According to police, after the victim dropped off his car and keys to at the valet stand, Troz didn't park the car, instead speeding out onto the road. I'm calling the cops. Give me the keys. You're done. You're getting fired. The victim was heard yelling at Sandino Troz. The victim was on his way up to his home when he saw the car speed away from where he left it. He told police Troz almost hit a building with his car before stopping. He was arrested and charged with grand theft. That's, you're just taking it out for a spin. You got to keep it warm, don't you?
Yeah, it's always much better when the car's warmed up.
I would never want to be a valet guy.
I mean, you have to run to get to somebody's cars.
It seems like when they're up at the log cabin and they gotta run back up the hill to get the cars at the end of the night. You can drive up the hill when people initially arrive, but then all night long you're running up and back and forth when people are coming out and they're like half in the bag.
I know. That's a young man's game.
Yeah,
that valet thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You tip valet?
I do.
How much?
I don't know, 10%, 15%.
10% of what? If it's a free event.
I'll slip him a few bucks. Whatever I got.
We'll table this discussion for another time.
Good.
All right. 73 for a high today. It's 54 in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
To Springfield's Classic Rock. It's just about 8:49, and Tom Petty with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Oh, my God. We haven't had a celebrity like this in this studio since, what was the guy from, what was it, Newhart? Peter Scolari.
Yeah, Peter Scolari, yeah.
Phil Collins is here in the studio.
Well, I hate to break it to you, Steve. It's not actually Phil Collins, but Bill Collins from Center Square
What
Grill.
are you talking about?
I hate to break the
I wish it
dreams.
would rain down Phil Collins.
But, Bill, it's good to see you.
It's good to be here, and I have news for you. I'm getting close to as famous as Phil Collins, so you guys should feel happy I'm here.
Well, you're finally as fit as he is. So
yeah, I know. I've been working out hard, baby.
So last week you reached out to me and you talked about something that you wanted to bring up, and the more I read about it, I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Tell us a little bit about what the restaurant is trying to do for this family.
Sure. I first of all, I appreciate you even responding to it because I know it's busy here. But my son has a great friend at school. His name is Lucas Christoforkis, and 8-year-old kid. He's been diagnosed with not one, but 2 1 in a million rare lung conditions where he's going to need a double lung transplant. And so, totally shocking news to our family. This is one of my son's closest friends. And it's just not a good situation for the family. They live in Long Meadow. They've had to move out to Boston to be bedside with him. So, losing income, having to get a little apartment out there to live, and it's just been an overwhelming amount of stuff this family's going through. And so with our platform, we figured we wanted to help.
So how are you doing this?
Well, we thought easiest would be to make a donation based on gift cards, because then it's not just a one-night gig where people come in. So for the whole month of September, for the rest of the month, and who knows, maybe we even extend if it's going really well. every $100 gift card that we sell, we're going to donate the $20 right off the top to the family. So, we're hoping to sell a ton of gift cards. It's great for people who know they're coming to dinner anyway. Come in, buy a gift card, 20 of that's going right to the family. If you want to buy one for friends or families or birthdays, we think it's a great way to help this family. And geez, if we sell, 1,000 of them, it's a huge dollar amount for this family.
That's actually, when you look at other places that do something similar to this, it's never 20%
right
of the card. It's actually a very generous amount that goes to the family.
Yeah, listen, being a dad, seeing what they're going through, being in a position where my family could do this felt really good. And it's not for us about that at all. It's more like, they need help, man. And I hope that if we were in this situation, somebody might consider doing this for us.
Well, I mean, we all have kids, and we can all appreciate what it must be like to be in a situation like that, the fear and the overwhelming burden of financially and with work and everything else that has to go into caring for your child. It's overwhelming. So I mean, I applaud the effort.
No, thanks
in doing
man.
this.
Thanks, and I hope people come out and support it because again, if you're going on Saturday night anyway, may as well buy that gift card so that we know that they're grabbing 20%.
And you can do this like today.
You can do it today through the end of the month.
Beautiful.
Yeah. As many times as you want to do it. If you want gifts for friends, family, office people, employees.
Makes a wonderful Christmas gift.
Absolutely.
You can never buy those things too early.
That's right. And I mean, think about what you're doing for the family. It's an absolute home run.
Well, and that's just to kind of reiterate what you just said about these folks that have to travel for care, especially for a child. I mean, to drive from Longmeadow to Boston all the time because you have to. I mean, there's no other option.
You have to be bedside, man.
Right. You have to be there with your kid. I mean, that to take away some of that stress is a lot.
Listen, we're not going to solve their problem with this, but we are going to make them, able to be their bedside and help out with this. I mean, there's also a GoFundMe account going for this family in Longmeadow. If you need more information on that, I think you can check out the Longmeadow PTO. And, any way anybody can help, we can only all just imagine if it was our 8-year-old sitting there.
The other thing I want to ask you about, so you've been busy doing other things, not just running Center Square Grill. There's other restaurants and businesses that you're involved in.
Well, the last album you just put out.
The last album you put out.
Some of my best work.
Yeah, I mean, that thing you did with Philip Bailey from Earth, Wind, and Fire, that was phenomenal. But you're also now doing like a show.
Yeah. So we just launched a show. It's on WWLP and the CW locally. It's also streaming on the Nexstar network. So you can download the 22 app on Roku or I don't know, one of those other streaming apps, and check us out. It's called The Food Explorer. It starts out with a little taste of how I got started in the restaurant business. Then episode 2, we moved to the Big E, which is coming up very shortly, so we felt appropriate for that for episode 2. But then we go to places like Turks and Caicos. We're in Boston with Tatiana Rosana, who won Chopped. We're out in Glens Falls with another Chopped champion. We make a little moonlight up in Montreal. And so, it's not just local to the Northeast. We actually get out of the area as well and explore.
Yeah, it's called the Follow You, Follow Me tour.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. I mean, I feel bad for the amount of work you have to do at a Turks and Caicos or a horrible city like Montreal.
Oh yeah. Turks was really tough. The toughest was I'm on a remote beach in Turks and I'm looking at this beautiful water. We had just caught lobsters, and the captain of the boat had a fresh conch, and he's cutting the conch up, and he goes, "Now, Bill, it's a rite of passage. You have to eat the island Viagra." And I said, "What's that?" And he pulls this disgusting long jelly-looking spine out of the back of the conch, and you eat it right on the beach. So what did I do? I ate it right on the beach.
Ooh.
Locked eye contact with my wife.
Ate
it right on the beach.
That was it. That was the end.
And then I spent the rest of the week in the hospital. No.
Getting your stomach pumped.
Well, you really can't hurry low.
Yeah.
But you are also talking to some local people too. So
absolutely, yeah. When it started out, episode 1, we highlighted my old mentor Claudio Guerra, Andrew Brow from Highbrow, Also Jeremiah Mika from Tunnel Bar and Notch 8. So, we're bouncing around locally. We're, our mix plans to be in every season because, obviously it's going to be like 10, 15 seasons. But in every season, we want to do a few local. So like, pick an area. Maybe it's, out in the Berkshires. We want to do a Springfield episode. But then also we feel it really makes sense to, get to as many remote destinations like Turks as possible,
So when you're going to other places, and obviously, you're a restaurant guy, you've been there forever. I mean, you're a pretty well-educated dude. I mean, are there places that you love to go specifically? Like say, that's, other than my place, that's my place.
Right, yeah. So, well, locally for sure, I have my spots, but, doing this show has been really fun because I get to do all this research and float it out to the producer and say, listen, this place looks like we need to go here, and one of the biggest misses that we had was we were in this little town, Glens Falls, which has an amazing dining scene, and we went to great restaurants. It's actually one of my favorite episodes. But I walked next door from the hotel we're staying, and we hadn't even really heard of this restaurant. I sit down to dinner, and I was like, how are we not featuring these people? They're great, So I got to give a huge shout out to Glens Falls. If you haven't been there, honestly, you got to make it up at Glens Falls. Really cool town.
All right.
Well, we can do that.
Yeah.
Bus trip.
Let's do it.
I'll go with you guys. Let's go. Restaurant,
listen,
John.
you don't even need to bring a camera with you.
No, not at all. I just need you guys, man. Let's go eat. Yeah, and sing Phil Collins songs. It's not weird.
No, nothing creepy about three grown men all singing Phil Collins songs.
It's called The Invisible Touch.
Yeah, that's what that is. Yeah, that's right.
I wish it would rain down.
See, he's been doing this his entire life.
Yeah.
So just to recap what we've been talking about, again, you're talking about the Christoforkis family and what they need and what you can do to help with by going to Center Square Grill and donating, getting your gift cards, and a good support of that will go right to the family.
Absolutely. $100 gift card, easy. $20 goes right to the family. So at the end of the month, we're going to just quickly pull up how many gift cards we sold, cut a $20 check for every single one of them, send them right to the family, and we just hope that you'll come out and support it and help.
And then also the Food Explorer.
Yeah, baby. Every
Awesome.
Saturday and Sunday, WWLP and the CW.
Very good. Yeah. Phil Collins from Center Square Grill. Great to see you.
Great to see you guys. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. It's 8:58 on Rock 102.